are you enjoying the evolution of your desire? Because your desires are evolving. You're amending them. You're not getting them and you ask for them stronger. These desires, they're not like, you know, they're n it's not just about getting there. It's about the journey on your way there. So are you enjoying the journey on your way to your desires? Are you enjoying the new things that you're picking up, the fine tunings? Because it really is just a fine tuning, because there's nothing in you that needs to be fixed. You're not doing anything so severely wrong that your entire life may never be good again, or you're on the verge of something so big. But usually that's what it is. You are on the verge of something so big because you've created this vortex and it really is calling you, and it is time to answer the call more frequently. And the way that you answer the call is by understanding that you're offering a vibration, and you could have a vibration that match your vortex, and then will be in that vortex. What is in that vortex, what you put into that vortex, would flow into your mind in the form of ideas. And so now you really have the understanding to create your entire reality. You can create anything that you want because you understand that it's all about emotion. It's all about my vibration. It's all about how I feel. It's all about focus. There's no, I am not capable of it. It may not happen for me. It's very clear. It's already there for me. So now I have to figure out how am I going to get it? And the way that you get it is by relaxing, is by chilling up, is by realizing that it's already done, it's already complete, and now it's gonna fall into your lap, it's gonna fall into your mind in the perfect time, in the perfect unfolding, and you make it impatient. And when a desire first hatches in your mind, it really does feel good to you. It feels so good to you, and then you usually kill it with the realistic, objective, weighing the pros and cons sort of mind that you've been trained to sort of think. And so you kill your desires with doubt, with how am I going to get it? Oh, it's probably going to be hard, or where is it going to come from? You get realistic, and then your dreams, they just dwindle right in front of you. And that's when your desires stop feeling good to you. You kill your own desires with your being realistic, but you were in the receiving one to even have the desire be sort of realized in your mind. So you could stay in the in the receiving mode longer by just staying off the topics, by not bringing up the details, not bringing up all the questions that you don't have answers to. When you talk about what you want and why you want it, you're always a vibrational match to it. And as you talk about why you want it, you actually click into that place that allows the fullness of what you want. And that's what we're calling the emotional manifestation. The emotional manifestation is the easiest manifestation to basically have, and it's the most important one because one, it's the easiest, and two, it's the most important one. Because once you're having the emotional manifestation, that means that what you want, it's not only on the way, you've found vibrational harmony with it, and the rest of the manifestation, the real manifestation, the physical manifestation, the details are going to come shortly thereafter. But usually it doesn't really work like that, because usually you get sort of, oh, I'm gonna manifest it. And that's the thing, that's what we're trying to train you out of. We're trying to get you to create the emotion, because you're a creator, yes, and you are the creator of all these amazing things, but ultimately you're doing it all for the feeling, and you can find that feeling right now. And once you find that feeling right now, then you find the feeling and you get to feel good, you get happiness, and then everything that you want, it has to come. But the thing is, if you're finding the emotion and what you want still isn't coming, then it just means that you've introduced resistance into the equation. You've introduced the effort factor. You've introduced the fact that it's not here. So you're gonna create the emotion within yourself to make it happen, to make what you want manifest, without realizing that the emotion is the manifestation that you're looking for. The feeling, the way that you feel right now, is a manifestation, and truthfully, it's the only manifestation that you have access to right now. You don't have the manifestation, you don't have access to the full manifestation of your millions right now, but you do have access to the feeling of the millions, the feeling that the millions would give you. And in fact, that's all you need to do. Because once you have the emotional manifestation, once you can feel good even though reality hasn't changed, once you can show yourself that you can feel good, you can get to that emotional vibrational essence of why you want it, you can get to the receiving mode of what you want, you can find your way there, you can practice that receiving mode. Once you find a way to basically induce, harness, create a vibration within you without a reality to observe it or to react to it, then really what you realize is that you can actually create anything that you want, that you are the empowered creator. Because we want to empower you. We want you to realize that you already have this vortex. You have this guidance system that will let you know about what you're doing in relationship to this vortex. So you're on the way. You are on the way to everything that you want because it's already created. And so now all you have to realize is that the path is coming to you, and you just want to be in the right place in the right time. And all that comes back down to your emotions. Because once you have control over your emotions, you have control over the focus and the momentum. And ultimately you have control over your own point of attraction. You have complete control over your vibration, and we want that for you, because we don't want you to hide and feel guarded about your alignment. Once you find your alignment, and that's what you think our message is about, being in alignment, and by staying away from things that just don't make you feel good, when it's not really about that. You see, when you truly are in the vortex, and the things that are not in the vortex, they can't show up in your experience. And that really is the understanding about law of attraction, is that when you're focusing on what you like, when you're focusing on what feels good, then only what feels good can come to you, because you're always getting what you're matched to. Law of attraction is all about matches. And so if that means that if you're, well on the way to your manifestation, if you're trying to manifest it, if you're finding the feeling of what you want regularly, then you're not getting what you want, or you're not getting what you want, then what that means is you're getting what you're matched to. So you have to realize that the manifestations that you're experiencing are letting you know what you're matched to. So instead of beating yourself up for, your results, realize that they're changeable. And the reason why they're changeable, and the reason why we want to empower you to realize that everything is changeable, is because now you know why it came to you. It didn't come to you because you're bad. It didn't come to you because it's not meant for you. It didn't come to you because you're wrong for it. It's too big for you. You need more time. No, it's not like that at all. You're just getting what you're matched to. And so if you could take that sort of hit, the bounce, and be like, okay, so this is what I was matched to. So since I didn't like what I was matched to, let me figure out a way to change my vibration. And you see, you're not changing your vibration to make it happen. And that's really the most important piece, because you're used to making things happen. You're used to making things happen because you think this is effort world, but it's not an effort world anymore. It's a vibrational world. And you're not creating things with your effort anymore. You're creating things with your vibration. You're matching them with your vibration. And then the action is how you enjoy what you've created, because action is only fun, and you know that because you hate going to work, right? You hate doing things that you don't want to do. And yet many think that that's the path to everything that you want, to do things that you don't want to do. And the one to our dreamers, the one who really understand the vortex instinctually, whether they're watching this video or not, they don't know that. They don't want to do that. They don't know that they're vibrational, maybe, but ultimately they know that. And the only thing that I really need to know is that they care about how they feel. They know that feeling good feels good and feeling bad feels bad, and they don't want to do things that they don't want to do. And don't think that we're telling you, well, you can control how you feel, so now do things that you don't want to do and just find a way to feel good, because that's not what our message is. Our message is that when you're feeling good on purpose, not to make reality change around you, but because you've taught yourself that you can feel good no matter what, then reality has to change. Because we know that when you're finally focusing on the emotion, then reality has to change. But there's something about creating the emotion to make reality change that it just goes wonky, and then you don't get what you want, and then you're confused, because you're like, well, I thought I was doing the right thing, but vibrationally speaking, you're always getting what you're matched to. And that's what your physical manifestations are. They're a vibrational match to everything that you're vibrating, everything that you're matched to, everything that you have active in your vibration. So you're getting that report card, and so ultimately the emotion is your work. The emotion, feeling as good as you can right now, is your job, because you can't do anything else. You don't have access to anything else, and you don't need to do anything else. And that's really what it is. You don't need to do anything else other than the vibrational work. And even when you take effort before aligning vibrationally, with what you want, or aligning your energies to what you want, aligning your emotions, aligning how you feel so that you're feeling better, then you know what it is? Then you're not receiving the full benefit of the creation the creator that you are, the creations that you have access to. You're not experiencing the full leverage of your connection to source energy. You are source energy, and you did come into this body. The thing is, you came into this body. You knew that you can handle it. You knew that you'd be interested. And we want you to not be afraid of contrast anymore. We want you to realize that you're empowered now, because now you realize I can go and create anything. I know if I don't get what I want, I know why, because I was a master, so I can change it. I know how to feel good. So now the contrast, it doesn't feel scary to you anymore. The things that are out there that feel unwanted, no, I really don't want this, they don't scare you as much anymore. So you can get out there in the vibrational sort of dynamics of your world, and you can have a lot more fun. And we're not saying now go do things that you don't want to do, or do things that you don't have the capacity to do right now. We're not saying that. We're saying enjoy the vibrational currency. Let yourself want and desire, and realize that when you hit a bump, that it's just it's fine, because you're always gonna have resistance, and resistance is perfectly great, because to a creator like you, you're always gonna need something to want. And how do you know what you want if you know what you don't want? And it goes the same way. How do you know what feels good if you know what doesn't feel good? There's always this relational experience going on, and you can't give up one for the other. And you wouldn't want to, because it puts the variety, it puts eternity in eternalness, which you are. You are eternal, and you're always gonna have something to want. And how you feel is always about what you're doing right now with your vibration. So it's about your opinion and your inner being's opinion, because you are 2 point of attractions, and that's all that your reality is. Most people, they consider, what their version of success is not about feeling at all. It's about how other people will view them. So they think, okay, if I have a house, I have a car, if I have this, I have that, then other people are going to say, okay, that person is a success. I have all these awards, that person is a success, without realizing that in this world that feels so big, it really is just about the relationship between you and you and your inner being, you and the eternal part of it, you and the non-resistant part of you and the part of you that becomes everything that you want instantly, that is on top of all of your desires and doesn't doubt anything one bit, even though you're looking at a reality right now that doesn't factor in what you want. And so that's really what your world is between you and you, what you're doing with your vibration. That's why it's all about the emotion. It's all about the feeling, because the manifestations, they just come to represent and reflect your vibration. So the manifestation, it really isn't the prize, because you can feel good before the manifestation comes. And if you really understand that, then now the manifestations, you don't need them anymore. You just want them. It's just fun to want. So you're in that place of just pure desire. And when your desires are pure like that, when your vibration is pure like that, everything that you want, it comes so fast. But you have to get there emotionally. And you don't want to get there emotionally to make it happen. And you want to just be aware of what influence you're under. Are you under the influence of, okay, I'm going to do this to make it happen? Or are you under the influence of, okay, I've tried, I've been around town and I realized that it's really all about the feeling, and I can find that feeling right now. Because your life is about what you're doing right now emotionally, right now, this now moment. And your life is made up of all these series of segments, of moments. And the thing is, you can never go back. You can never go back. You can never regress. And so you're either getting the benefit now or not. Alignment is not like a college degree that once you have, you're enlightened, you're good forever. It's either you have it right now or no, or you don't. And so you want to spend more times aligned. You want to spend more time feeling good. And if it leads to things that are amazing, that's great. That's great too. But ultimately, the real prize is the emotional manifestation. It's the emotional prize. And then you'll be like, because most people, they don't have control over their vibrations, because their vibrations are very conditional. Their happiness, how they feel, their satisfaction factor is very conditional. And so that really is the prize. Happiness is the prize, because everything that everyone's doing is for the feeling of fulfillment, of a feeling of feeling good. And so, so you want to realize that you can find the feeling right now. So you know what that means? It makes you very powerful, because now you don't need reality change in order to feel good. You can get the benefit that most people wait years to get, because they're like, oh, I can't have the benefit until I lose weight. I can't have the benefit until this money's in my bank account. So they don't allow themselves to have that emotional benefit. They wait for it, and then it takes forever, because it takes, you know what it is? It takes them until they're not here anymore in the physical body. They have to wait until they're back into the non-physical to fully get it, but not you, because you can release resistance. You can release that, okay, I need to see it right now to feel good, because now you can feel good. And when we say talk about why you want it, so let's do that for a second. Why do you want your desire? Why? And as you sort of, talk about why you want it, and think about emotionally, what would it feel like to have it? Because that's how you speed things up, by talking about how it feels. Feeling is unconditional. There's no resistance. So what would it feel like? It would feel like ease. It would feel right. It would just feel like one. It would feel like wholeness. It would feel like you're just readiness. It would feel like excitement and ease and fun and joy and bliss and just great creation, just excitement and ease and flow and just good energy and good adventures. It would feel adventures. It would feel like movement. It would feel like moving towards something. It would feel like satisfaction. It would feel like fulfillment. Fulfillment feels so good. Doesn't fulfillment feel so good? And as you're thinking about what you want, and as you're using these emotional words, find the word that strikes a chord within you. Find the word where you're just like, oh, that feels good. Find the word that just hits you right in your solar plexus, because that's your channel. That's your receiving one. That's the vibrational essence of what you want. So as you focus on it and you make it more, because law of attraction is always making things more, then you're receiving the benefit that many people are not receiving, because they need a reality to change. But now you don't need reality to change anymore, because you can get to that place just by using words. And until you feel that movement, then you keep doing it. And until you feel that movement, then once you feel that movement, then you're truly the empowered creator. Now you can create anything, because it's all about just creating how you feel right now and doing that unconditionally. So that resistance doesn't scare you, so that it doesn't scare you that it's not here, because you're like, I can still feel good no matter what. And with practice, with feeling that way and practicing your vibrational control like that, or by practicing caring about how you feel to the point where you're making yourself feel good for the sake of feeling good, then the manifestations come. And when they come so fast.